You're now locked in with Pablo Gary, the #1 Eagles fan from Maryland.
Who they waiting on? That's Pablo.
Kick it and go. Kick it and go. We'll slip on, spin, move, and zone. Scope. For sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. We'll slip on, spin, move, and zone. Scope. For sideline, a touchdown, I
Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me? Hold on. I got a crowd wrapping around the whole town for me. They mama proud, got a thou in the balcony. Nah, I don't hear no clown talking foul on me. Won't shoot me down, send the cavalry. It been a while since I had time for me. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Hello. Max March out with the polo. Like my style, don't ya? Nights like this, I wish I was with ya. On my turf, roll out the Henry Rux. She like when I hit the receiver. Friend hop in, this is a four-seater. Made a yank straight out the wood, I'm Derek Jeter. Major leaguer, no fatigue. We don't get no handout, we don't get no Macarinas. Never gon' throw your back out, tryna work, you need a breather. I need a break. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me? Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me? Hold on. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down. Tell me who you talking to. Roll up that Sinatra, fly la mama to the moon. She asked me what's my life path. Told her 55 south to the cat. So many couches I cried. Shout out Zazo, Tree and shout classic. I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the second up. Baby, I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the second up. Baby, I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the second up. Baby, I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the second up.
What is going on, Eagles Nation? And welcome back to the channel, man. I'm Pablo Gary. This is Think Eagles. And wow, welcome to the freaking playoffs. The Washington Commanders shock. They stun the Detroit Lions, the #1 seed, man. The Washington Commanders are going to the NFC Championship game, the first time it's been done since 1991. What a game. Wow. I am shocked. And listen, I do apologize. I was going to do the live. The live was supposed to start promptly at 10 o'clock. But the game was just getting so... I thought the Detroit Lions, this was just going to be a routine win. I thought they had this one in a bag. And the Washington Commanders come out and they absolutely destroy the Detroit Lions. Wow. Where do we start? What do I say? What does this mean for the Philadelphia Eagles? When I was watching the game, I thought it meant a lot, specifically for Nick Sirianni, right? To me, this puts more pressure on Nick Sirianni to get this game tomorrow. Shout out to Weezy. He says, I knew they were going to win and be real, and I bet on Washington. LOL, I knew they were going to win. Listen, man, the Washington Commanders, and I'm on record saying this, that they're a scary team because they have nothing to lose. They're a scary team because they're not supposed to be there, right? So, honestly, I'm glad that the Washington Commanders, if I could send them a gift, I would, man. They took care of the Philadelphia Eagles' two biggest hurdles in the playoffs. Started with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? And we know how Todd Bowles, I don't know how he just has Jalen Hurts' number specifically in the playoffs. Jalen Hurts tends to struggle against that defense, right? The Commanders go down to Tampa Bay and get that win. They go into Detroit and get that win. You're not going to tell me this team is not believing, right? As Weezy just said, you shall not sleep on the Washington Commanders. And I'm going to tell you something. I knew that they were special when they played us. When the Commanders, I think we got up 14-0 on them, right? And Dan Quinn, he was talking to Bobby Wagner and Louvu. They're down 14-0, but he made sure the heartbeats of his defense, which is Bobby Wagner and Louvu, he made sure that defense continued to play well. And he just has that team humming on a whole different level right now. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Today's video, I was going to talk about, everything the Eagles needed to do to win this game, keys to victory. But after watching what the Commanders did, man, you just got to be the tougher team. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to go down and just punch somebody in the mouth. Like, this is playoff football, right? And so I feel bad because Weezy said, yep, when we played them, that's when I knew they were real. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, man. When we played the Commanders, I said, uh-oh. Yeah, not to be played with. This is a team right here. They don't belong here, right? When you don't belong somewhere, like, you taking everything. You're just going to take everything. And it's the Commanders could have had a 9-7 season in that I live in the DMV, bro. The Commanders Stadium, the Northwestern Stadium, they just renamed their stadium, is 20 minutes away from me. Bro, one of my bros just hit me, a Commanders fan. Yo, I know you about to do the live, but yeah, man, we going to the NFC Championship game. Do you guys So what I love about the win is if the Philadelphia Eagles just do their job, you can't tell me this isn't the easiest track to the Super Bowl. Like, I'm not taking anything from the Washington Commanders, and I'm not trying to get too far ahead of even the Los Angeles Rams because we know we can't look past our opponent, right? But I'm saying if we take care of our responsibility, if we do our job tomorrow, I'm sorry, I would have rather I would rather be playing the Washington Commanders than the Detroit Lions. I would rather be playing the Washington Commanders than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is the easiest track for the Eagles to return to the Super Bowl, right? So, listen, bro, thank you. That's all I can say to the Commanders, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because, listen, that's tough for them to do. Go on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, go down to Detroit, and then if the Eagles handle business tomorrow, you gotta beat the Eagles. It's tough. The only edge that they would have is being at home. That's it. That's it. Is being at home. So, I think getting to the Eagles game, obviously, this is going to be a huge matchup, right? So, Sam, what is his name? Sam Stafford. I want to call him Sam Bradford. What is this guy's name? Stafford versus Hurts, right? Miles for Smiles, man, said, we got a chance. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely, we got a chance. This is, I'm sorry, my bad. This is the best chance. Weezy said, go Birds regardless, man. Appreciate you, Weezy, for pulling up, man. Appreciate you. This is the best chance the Eagles are going to have. When you talk about a Super Bowl window, and it's like, I'm not saying it's getting handed to you. I'm saying that the Eagles have beaten the Commanders this season. We've beaten the Rams this season. Put up a 255 yards on the Rams, right? So, like Miles say, man, you have got to cash in. And this is why I said watching that Detroit game, Nick Sirianni really could be on the hot seat, right? And I'm going to be honest, I'm looking at that Commanders offense. Maybe the Eagles signed the wrong offensive coordinator. Because the Philadelphia Eagles, we had an interview with the Commanders offensive coordinator, right? And oh, by the way, who else they got humming over there? Brian Johnson. All right? So much for Brian Johnson sucks. It was all his fault. You send him to the Commanders, and that for some reason that offense is just humming. All right? So, like I say, bro, this is the easiest path to the Super Bowl if the Philadelphia Eagles can do their job. If I'm Nick Sirianni, I want my entire 53-man roster on the line right now. Everybody log on to your teams, right? Jump on Zoom. We need to have a conversation. What the Detroit Lions did is not what we will do tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We're not going to allow, right, Jared Verse and the Los Angeles Rams, a rookie who's yapping his mouth, talking a little bit too much, right? Now, it's one second, guys. 100 said it wasn't the exact team, but I told you they would be out the first round. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll say this. It's one thing for Brandon Graham to be able to talk that stuff, right? Right? 15 years in, he's proven himself. You got a young buck. Let me find his picture. Let me see if I can find his picture. All right. Right here. Let me see. All right. Let me see. Let me switch cameras. All right, we go right here with the Mac, right? Go with the Mac computer right here. We got a young buck, right? Jared Verse. Carlos, I got you. 1 second. I'm gonna get to your comment. We got a young buck. It's the Pablo Cam right here. What's up, fellas? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. All right, we got a young buck right here, right, that says, I hate Eagles fans. They are so annoying. When I see that green and white, I hate it. Huh? You hate it? Well, we hate you too, Verse. Huh? We hate you too. Wait till tomorrow you get a little bit of this Jordan Mailata. Wait till tomorrow you get a little bit of this Lane Johnson. Wait till tomorrow you get a little bit of this Landon Dickerson. Wait till tomorrow you get a little bit of this Cam Jurgens. Wait till tomorrow you get a little bit of this big ticket. Right? So I'm going to tell you guys something. Jared Verse, I'm going to be quite honest. I think Jared Verse almost cost the Rams the game even before the game started. One thing you don't want to do, and I'm going to get to my man Carlos. One thing you don't want to do is piss off Eagles fans at home. We're at home. Right? Like, we're at home. The rights to bear arms? I'm home. You piss me off, and I can go, grrrr, I can get that chop. I'm at home. Why would you come out of your mouth? And I get it. Jared Verse is a hell of a player. And the reason why I think he says he hates the Eagles and all that, honestly, is because he really wanted to come to the Eagles. He's pissed that they didn't draft him, right? And I would have loved that. I mean, Jared Verse on this defensive line, Jared Verse and Jalen Carter, woo, right? But come on, man. Come on, brother. You got to understand, this is Philadelphia. You don't come here talking about you hate us. You hate us. Stand by. It's playoff football in Philadelphia. So we're going to be that much more motivated because we understand this. Guys, I'm not being arrogant here, but the Commanders is easy work. If we go and play Eagle football, now they play great football today. But even when they're at their best, I don't see them stopping A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Dallas and Saquon. It just can't happen, right? Carlos, Pablo, salute to you, my guy. He says, a big win for the Washington Commanders. We definitely going to handle work tomorrow, and we're going to take care of the Commanders. I mean, you got the L.A. Rams, and then you're on to the Washington Commanders, bro. Come on, Philly. Come on, man. Come on. If Nick Sirianni doesn't get it done, got to go. Non-negotiable. He has to go. Got to go. Because I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this game. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, all right, we're doing good. We doing good. But I said, you know what? That daggone Nick Sirianni is in some trouble. Because I'm looking at what Dan Quinn is doing with a rookie quarterback. You got Jalen Hurts. I'm looking at what their offensive coordinator is doing with his team is. And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Nick Sirianni, Dan Quinn and that coaching staff has lifted up the talent. Right now, there's a talented football team, but they're super young. They haven't tapped into their potential, right? So that's where the coaches come into play. And the coaches say, all right, let's go. Now we're in a place where I'm going to do my job and I'm going to take you guys to the promised land, right? If Nick Sirianni cannot take the Philadelphia Eagles to the promised land by defeating the Los Angeles Rams and the Washington Commanders with Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae, we all know. Saquon Barkley rushing for over 2,000 yards. If he can't do it, He's got to go. He's got to go because you've seen other teams, other coaches do it for less. Shout out to you guys in the chat, man. I really appreciate you guys. I know we were supposed to start the live at 10, but the game just got so good and I didn't want to interrupt you guys watching it. So I said, man, let's just wait till after the game because I really didn't think the Washington Commanders will pull this thing off. This video was supposed to be all about what the keys to victory, what the Eagles need to do to win. And I'm saying to myself, 40, what was the final score? My man said, we came, we saw, we conquered. I'm telling you, let me see, 45-31. Davon Tyree, welcome, bro. My man Davon says, Daniels is a problem, but we got to handle business tomorrow. Shit runs through Philly. Yeah, Daniels, it's all here for him. He has his processing system. He is the iPhone 16 Pro Max. He has the latest processing system that you will want for an NFL quarterback. And he's also fearless. He built like a toothpick, but he has command presence that of a Cam Newton or a Donovan McNabb. Like hit after hit after hit. And I'm like, dude, like, how does he keep doing it? All right. Oh my goodness. Ish, welcome, bro. He said, bro, all that crap about the Lions being the best team and they just got smacked in the mouth by the Commanders. He says Commanders versus the Eagles in the Philly NFC Championship. Listen, I'm gonna say this, man. Thank you for your comment, bro. I'm gonna say this. Nick Sirianni, if you don't figure it out tomorrow, you got to go. Got to go. It's non-negotiable. After what Dan Quinn just did with the Washington Commanders team, his first year with a rookie quarterback. And I can see if Bobby Wagner was 21. Bobby Wagner's 35. They got some young pieces on their defense. Their defensive line is true. It's nasty, but come on, man. And I said this a while ago. The Philadelphia Eagles have the better roster, but the Washington Commanders have the better coaching staff. That's a team that is getting the most out of its talent. If the Philadelphia Eagles had the Washington Commanders coaching staff, we're undefeated. Period. Shout out to the Washington Commanders, man. Shout out to them. Mouse for Smiles, man, said, we got to take care of our own food, Pablo. I don't like the snow simply because I feel like it makes things fluky for both teams, like that slippery, soft turf. I agree. I agree with you, Miles. I do. And I said to myself that at some point, I think the Eagles got to get a dome stadium. I really do. I mean, if you really expect, Jalen Hurts is 25. If you really expect this team to compete, you can't have weather playing a factor into that, right? That's just my own personal opinion, right? Like, if it snows tomorrow, Jalen Hurts is not slinging a ball all over the football field, right? So, I don't know. Hopefully the weather holds up. Hopefully, the snow doesn't stick. But Miles, thank you so much, bro, for bringing that point up because it's important, right? It's important. It's important, man. So it says 3 INTs by Goff, but you want Jalen to air it out. This proves Jalen knows how to win. He is not time management. He's a winning management quarterback. Absolutely. I think I seen that on what was it, ESPN? No, not ESPN. I haven't seen ESPN in years. The Facility. I think Emmanuel Acho, he finally said something that made sense. He said that he had to start reevaluating how he specifically looks at Jalen Hurts, right? You got to look at Jalen Hurts as a quarterback that would do whatever necessary it takes to win a football game, right? Not pat statting, right? When Jalen Hurts signed that $200 million deal, he was being very lenient with the Philadelphia Eagles. His team was smart too. It's like, Jalen, take this $200 million piece, right? You're going to get another $200 million. You're only 25. You got quarterbacks still playing in the league till 40. Imagine Jalen Hurts is 35 years old. Trust me, you're going to be seasoned. He's going to look like Donovan McNabb. He said, Howie, $200 million, but I need you to get my guys back. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. So he was trying to win there, right? And that's what I love about him is like what he wants to do on the football field matches up with who he is off the football field. Now, if he wanted to hit the Eagles up for $400 million, I'm telling you, he could have. He could have, right? It said, the hell with AJ, the hell with Devontae, the hell with my offensive line. It's about me. You would have had a Dallas Cowboys situation 2.0, right? So for me, Jalen Hurts is all about football, all about wins, right? So do you want to win pretty? Do you want to, are we that spoiled in Philadelphia where we're saying, I don't want to win dirty. I want to win pretty. It's got to have a certain ring to it. It's got to have a 25 for 30 for 450 yards and 5 touchdowns to it, right? Do you want to win, right? Or do you want to win? We're winning, right? And so I don't get it. Carlos, the snow will be more of a problem for LA as opposed to us because the Rams play on turf and they play faster on that field. But now they will be on wet, soggy grass. Stafford will feel his age. I agree with that. I agree with that, man. Thanks for the comment, bro. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Kelly Green. Kelly said, I'm nervous, Slim. He said, I'm nervous, Slim. He said, I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I'm nervous. He said, we can't come out loafing on this offense. I'm telling you something, Kelly. Hey, listen, that Mander. I'm not even gonna call them commanders, right? They have when you go into Detroit, and you do what you do to the Lions, you have now become a man. All right. So I own it. They're no longer the commanders, right? They're no longer coming. Pause. They're no longer the comings, right? They are now, I deem them the manders, right? You've become a man. All right. That's not easy to do. That is not easy to do at all, man. Philly 416, man, you said you was going to show up and you freaking showed up to the live, man. I appreciate you. He says Detroit is out. Woo! He said, go get it. I'm telling you what I know. Miles said, okay, Carlos, I hope you're right. I hope you're right, my man. My man Kelly Green over there said, I don't know, bro. Amen. You supposed to be asleep, Amen. What's up, bro? Welcome to the channel. He says, I don't care about the Lions and the Commanders. All I care about is my Eagles. You know what, since you said that, let's go and get an Eagles chant right now.
Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Let's go, baby. Let's go, let's go, let's go. The Philadelphia Eagles, the path to the Super Bowl. You beat the Los Angeles Rams at home. Jared Verse says he hates the fans. Philadelphia fans are so annoying, right? You beat the Rams at home, and then you got to come down to, bro, if we beat the Rams, I'm going to the game, bro. It's literally no, I'm going. Y'all gonna help your brother get to the game? I'm going to the game, bro. It ain't even a question. Philly Force 2, what's up, my guy? Appreciate you, Brody. Kelly said, you lunching, bro. That's our advantage. You know what? It may be. It may be. It's just, I know, come on, man. Y'all see how Saquon Barkley was slipping and sliding and slipping in Brazil. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking, oh, God, we're going to have one of them games. So we'll see, man. Hopefully it doesn't affect us at all. Hopefully it doesn't affect us. Random guy YouTube says Eagles need to get their act together if they want to get into the Super Bowl. I agree. Tomorrow, you got to come out here and you got to do what you got to do, man. Like, to me, if you're sitting at home and you're an Eagles fan, I mean, if you're an Eagles player, number 1 seed, okay. You don't let nobody come in your house on national television and disrespect you like that. I mean, Commanders just smacked them all up, took the pizza. The Commanders came in, took the soda, took the Miller Lite, told them to make their DiGiorno pizza, kicked their feet up, turned on Netflix, took the password, used the internet, took a number 2, didn't flush the toilet. Oh, my God. Just disrespectful. Disrespectful. D. Phillips 91, bro, welcome. He says, man, go Birds. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. He says, I agree. Don't get out there BSing. Nah, we can't. We can't. I'm telling you. And the Commanders, like, they're just one of those teams, bro, where it's like, they don't belong there. That's why they're scary. That's why they're hot, because they know they don't belong there. The Commanders could have went 8-8, 9-7, right? And they would have said, you know what? This is improvement for last year. At least it wasn't a losing season. Jaden Daniels is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Man, to me, I know the record is not necessarily there and the stats are not necessarily there, but I was going to say something foolish. I was going to say Jaden Daniels for MVP, but honestly, he looked like some straight baloney against us, right? So I ain't even gonna take it there. Ish, he says, look, I get what the Manders did, but we have the defense. But we have had 5 turnovers and still lost. But we lost without Jalen, and people forget we did not have Dallas nor C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And he said C.J. Gardner-Johnson was kicked out, but I have faith in Vic with more experience. This is why Vic Fangio is so important to the Philadelphia Eagles. He's seen it all. He's done it all, right? And so the matchup, I'm going to tell you the matchup, right? The matchup tomorrow, the Eagles want to win this game. You're going to say, can Jalen Carter get to the quarterback? Yeah, it's that, right? Can Quinyon Mitchell shut down Puka, whatever his name is? Oh, yeah, he's going to do that, right? But the matchup is Vic Fangio's mind versus Stafford's mind, right? Because Stafford is seeing a lot of football as well. And he's also the kind of quarterback that wants to get the ball out fast and in a hurry, right? So what can Vic Fangio do, right, to mess with Stafford's mind? Now, let's talk about details, right? Let's get real detailed. And let me see, because I think this is Stafford. What's his name? Let me see, Rams. Matthew Stafford, there we go. All right, now I thought he played at Georgia, did he not? Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, he did. Right? Now, this is where playoff football, right? Now, this is where Nick Sirianni can make his money. This is where Nick Sirianni can prove to Jeff Lurie that he deserves that contract, to prove to Howie Roseman, I belong here. Give me 1 second. Let me read this. J-Dawg says, I love it. I was hoping the Commanders would win. Now everyone has to come through the link. We are not Detroit. Things get spooky in Philly. So let me ask you guys a question. If we win against the Rams and we in the NFC, the Commanders have to come to Philly? Or do the Philadelphia Eagles got to go to the Commanders? I'm guessing they would come to us because we have the better seating. Can I get that in the chat? Shout out to J-Dog. Can I get that in the chat? Phillips 91, my man D says they got a lot of talk about these Rams, but they don't have enough. Let me see. Yep. D says sometimes Jalen acts like she's scared to throw it. Yeah, can't do that. Can't do that in this game. All right, can't do that in this game at all. Vic Fangio's mind versus Matthew Stafford. Right? Okay, Philly 416 says yes in Philly because we're the second seed. Wow. Come on now. You beat the Rams at home, and then you stay home. And then you make the Washington Commanders, right? You make them come to fit. Storybook. I got my son's, I got his, got a little book collection, right? Storybook. The Washington Commanders will go to Detroit, right, and beat the number 1 seed. But then they will have to go to Philly and face real dogs. Philadelphia Eagles will take care of the Los Angeles Rams, and then they will take care of the Washington Commanders and win the Super Bowl. Thank you. This has been my story time, right? Storybook. Storybook. If Nick Sirianni cannot mentally steer this team in the right direction, as easy as this path is, so if I'm Jeff Lurie, I'm saying to Nick Sirianni, if he doesn't win, but I think we will, obviously. We all know we will. Offseason. So, Nick, you beat the Rams in the regular season, but you couldn't beat them in the playoffs. You beat the Commanders in the regular season, but you could. So we had a roster. We gave you a roster that you proved to us that you could beat them in the regular season, but you couldn't get done in the playoffs. Okay, stand by. Stand by on that. Okay? Nah, I didn't know. I didn't know, Miles. I didn't know. He said stop playing. Hey, man, we got 20 people in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Hold up. You know what I got to do? You know, Brandon Graham said she don't want a puppy. She want a big dog.
She don't want no puppy. She want a big dog.
Woo! Eagles. Hey, Jared Verse. We ain't no puppies. We big dogs.
She don't want no puppy. She want a big dog.
Come on, man. Jared Verse said he hates the Eagles fans. He hates their colors. Man. Somebody go over there to Jared Verse, man, and put some tape over his mouth. I know Aaron Donald said, bro. I know Aaron Donald sent him a text, said, bro, what are you talking about? What are you doing? Saquon Barkley said, they asked Saquon Barkley, what do you think about the comment? Saquon said, I've been on the other side. Not the smartest thing to say. Not the smart. Like, we were already going to turn up tomorrow, right? It was already going to happen. Already. And then you're going to add more? Come on, bro. Okay. J-Dog said the Manders got to come to Philly. Okay. Cool. It's a good question, Amen. He says, my question is Jeremiah Trotter ready to start? Listen, I think he is. I forget what game Nakobe Dean went out. I think he hurt his knee or crazy. He hurt his knee. I think that's when he tweaked his pec the first time. And Jeremiah Trotter came in and I didn't see a drop off. Right? If I'm the Eagles, like I like Owen Burks, but to me he's a camp body, special teams guy. That can really change the game. Obviously, we saw he did that against the Green Bay Packers. I need to see what I can get out of Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Because the one thing is, you know that he's going to listen. So when you got Vic Fangio steering Jeremiah Trotter's mind, and do you have the experience of his dad who could give him a couple little tips? he's not airy. He's not an airhead guy out there. The Eagles need to see what he can bring to the table before they go into next year's draft thinking that they need to sign another linebacker, right? See what you can get, right? Live and die by the pick. You picked him, believe in him. What you don't want to do is shake his confidence because it's like, dude, Jeremiah Trotter is what? Junior's like 21? Man, let him get some bump. Let him get out there and get some bump. Why not? Don't hold his hand. Philly 416 says Sirianni can't overthink it. Run the damn ball, quick passes and slants, and no one can stop us. Absolutely. Great take. Great take. This right here, Foley said, this is what we got to do tomorrow. This is what we got to do. But for me right now, thank you. Thank you, Commanders. Thank you. But I'm going to tell you one thing. It's all going to stop in Philadelphia, right? All trains stop in Philadelphia. It's stopping in Philly. So great season, great run. But, man, that's a lot to put on their body. That's a lot to ask a rookie. And if they get it done, cool. It's just they don't have enough. They don't have enough. When Quinyon Mitchell, and what's so crazy is the first game means so much now because Quinyon Mitchell can go in this game knowing that he can take Scary Terry out of the game at will, right? So, I mean, their offense doesn't scare us. They look scary today, but they don't scare us. Quinyon Mitchell ain't going to get beat but so many times. Darius Slay ain't going to get beat but so many times, right? And just like in this game where I said we win this game, the matchup is Matthew Stafford versus Vic Fangio, right? If I'm Nick Sirianni, this is what I do, okay? If I'm Nick, I'm reaching out to all of my Georgia connects, right? Hey, Keely, Udo, whoever can get me back. I need all my Georgia guys, right, to come in the conference room. I'm giving a 5,000 bonus for anybody that can give me the tape to Matthew Stafford's college tape at Georgia. Because your habits, who you are, that's where it is. You define it, you mask it, you make it better in the NFL, but who you are is on that college tape. He went to Georgia. From Nick, that's what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, let me turn the page and go back. See, that's the kind of digging, that's the kind of work that Nick Sirianni has to do to take this team to another level. Can you be detailed? Now, all year, you talked about fundamental, toughness, football IQ. All right, that's football IQ. That's football IQ all day long. Figure out what his weakness is. What is Stafford's weakness? Yeah, he likes to get the ball out, right? But he doesn't like 3-step dropbacks. He doesn't like a 5 dropback pass or rhythm or whatever it may be. So what I'm saying, what I got out of this Washington Commanders game is I saw their coaching staff take that young team with that young quarterback and elevate it. What I'm saying is if Nick Sirianni can't elevate Jalen Hurts in this offense and get his team going in the right direction, I don't know. I don't know his purpose for being here. I don't. All right. And obviously one person, you don't lose a game on one person, but I don't know, man. Let me know, man. I'm going to put the link just in case anybody want to, let me see. My guy, Chris. Hey, Chris, what's up, bro? You still in Italy? That's what's up. So, Pablo, I'm in Italy right now in the lobby. If you got a second, send that link. All right? I'm about to send that link. Send that link. Y'all want to talk ball? Let's talk ball. Let's talk ball. I know we got to get it done. That's what I do know. We got to get it done tomorrow. Interview, let me see. Copy link. All right, putting a link in the chat if you want to join the show. There you go. Link is in the chat. It's live. The link is in the chat, man. The god daggone Manders. That damn Mander. I told you guys, they have no business being here. That's why they're so dangerous. Oh, man, but I love them. I think I might have to get me a Mander fan. I might have to get me a Jaden Daniels jersey and on the back of that mug put Mander, right? They manhandled the Bucks. And we Eagles fans knew we didn't want to see the Bucks. I knew. I'll be real. I ain't want no parts of the Buccaneers. I ain't want no parts of the Detroit Lions, right? Let me see. And my man Chris in here. And my man Chris, 1 second.
That's how it's going around. Don't want to leave you.
Chris. Oh, 1 second. I know what it is. Let me see. Chris, you there? Let me see. What's going on? Welcome to the show.
What's up, man? How are you?
How are you, man? What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Philly 416, man. My name's Len. I'm calling from Toronto.
Nice. Whoa. From
Yeah,
the
dude.
sticks.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Welcome, bro. Welcome to the channel. How you feeling?
Great, man. I'm so happy that Detroit's out. And yeah, we just got to handle our business tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
We got some barbecue. We're supposed to be getting minus 20 degrees tomorrow out here. Celsius, though.
Wow.
So I got a barbecue planned out. You know, we got some rituals going for the playoffs. So yeah, man, I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go.
Got you, man. So when you look at the path that the Eagles have now to take to get to the Super Bowl, how do you feel? How do you feel about that?
You know what? This is the best roster. I've been an Eagles fan since 1989.
Okay.
This is the best roster we've ever had. Better than the Super Bowl team. Better than 2022. This is the best roster we've had. You know?
Wow.
When we won the Super Bowl, I called it. I didn't say we were going to win it, but when we signed LeGarrette Blount, I made phone calls. As soon as that came up, breaking news,
Yeah.
I called my brother-in-law. I called my cousin. He's an Eagles fan. My brother-in-law is a Broncos fan. But I called him, and I'm like, dude, I smell the Super Bowl, man. I don't say this, but I smell the Super Bowl, right? and people were losing. One of my neighbors is an Eagles fan too, and you know he's an old school cat as well. And he's like, "Why aren't they using him?" Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, we don't need LeGarrette Blount now. We need him in November, December, January. You know, when linebackers are banged up,
Yeah.
they make business decisions, man. They don't want to get in front of that guy. You know.
Yeah.
So. This season is different, man. Like I wanted Cooper DeJean in the first round at 22. I never thought we were going to get Quinion at 22.
Yeah.
The fact that we got them both.
Yeah.
You know, we're going back to 2004, 2002 secondary. You know, Michael Lewis, Lito Shepard, Sheldon Brown, Bobby Taylor. Those days are coming back. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
So let me ask you this before I let you go. What are your keys to victory for us, 416? Like, what if you're the coach, right? You're up there in the room, in the head coaching room, and they're like 416, man. What do we need to do to win this game? What are the keys to victory?
Don't overthink it. We got the best rusher in football. We're gonna pound the ball until you stop us, and. You know, that's it. If we have to run it 3 downs in a row, that's it. That's what we're going to do. Bring it on 4th down. We're going to push it, right? You put AJ in the slot. Give him some slants, you know? Forget about this long bomb nonsense, man. Just keep it simple. Like, just grind them. Like when you're grinding cheese down, man, just grind it down, right? We're grinding cheese down. That's all we're doing, right? Time of possession, playoff football. And just simplify it. Keep it nice and simple, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
This
I
is
love.
this is a concept I'll bring to you. Maybe maybe it makes sense. When the San Antonio Spurs were winning championships,
Mm-hmm.
it it didn't look pretty. It wasn't crazy ass dunks. It wasn't highlight reel things,
Mm-hmm.
but they were winning championships. Why? Because they just brought it back to basics. You
Right.
know, that's what we got to do. Let's be San Antonio Spurs and let's win a championship.
Okay.
Cause
Okay.
yeah, man. Look, I want to show you something. I want to show you something real quick before you
Please
let you
do.
go.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah, man, dude. Like, we got the Raptors out here. I got when we won the championship back in with when Kawhi was here. I got this stuff out here.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, but this is Eagles country out here, brother. Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look,
Yeah. There it is. There it is. Yes,
ready?
sir. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm making room for another one of these. I need another one of these, man.
Yeah. We need one. One.
And brother, I've gone through a hell of 2024 with my health and stuff like that. The fact that I'm still alive is like a miracle.
Listen.
If the Eagles win a Super Bowl, cherry on top, man. We're good.
Yeah, man. I say this, brother. Much respect and prayers to you. It's so crazy you said that. I actually was going through a health thing myself, man. I had the Bell's palsy, the same thing that Joel Embiid had. It had infected gallbladder. And man, it was nothing but the goodness of God, man, while I'm even here, man. So I love that. I love that you that you were able to make it through, man. And you said something. You said, man, I feel it, man. And I'm getting that feeling too. I'm getting that feeling too. That feeling the last time we went to the Super Bowl, and as I'm looking at the game, I can just see I can I not even see. I can literally feel Jalen Hurts sitting there like, yeah, it's go time. It's
Yeah.
go. It's
Oh yeah.
us to get it done. And Jalen Hurts, he said something last week. Anybody waiting in the green room, I got you. I'm on the way. I do apologize. I got y'all 1 second. Jalen Hurts, man, when he motivates guys, he talks, right? But he said something that I said, okay, Jalen he's on another level. He said, everybody in the huddle, everybody get in the freaking huddle. Get your arms up. Get your goddamn arms up. And when he said that, dude, I was watching. I put my arm up. I'm like, hey, I'm not on the team.
Yeah, man.
I'm saying, like, when Jalen Hurts locks in, and do you got Saquon Barkley doing the same thing, and AJ
Yeah.
Brown doing the same thing? I'm telling you, it's a nucleus that's the specialty that we have. Jaden Daniels is great talent. With Scary Terry, great talent. Robinson, great talent, but they don't have that switch. The
Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles have that switch, man. So thank you so much for joining the show, bro. I appreciate you, man. You always showing love. I'm always
Yeah,
saying
man.
I appreciate you. Said you from Toronto?
Yeah, dude. I'm from Toronto, Canada. Born and raised out here. Yeah. Sick
Dude.
Raptor fan, but Eagles over everything, man. Always and forever.
Yeah,
I
man.
believe I believe green out here, man.
Always bleed green, man. Well, much help to you in this new year, bro. Keep checking out the channel, man. The fact that you're from Toronto, I'm in Maryland, that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Man, it's people like you, man, that make me want to continue to push out this content, bro. Thank you so much, man.
I appreciate the channel,
Go
man.
Birds,
I
bro.
appreciate what you do. You take care. So blessings to you and your family. Keep your health good. Control what you
Absolutely.
can. Go Birds, brother.
Thank you. Go Birds, bro. Thank you.
Take care.
Yes, sir.
Ciao.
Who else we got? Who else we got? Who else we got? Who else is in the green? Who else? Warren, what's going on, big dog? This Warren?
What's going on? Yeah, it is Warren. It's Warren.
Go Birds,
What's going
baby.
on,
What's
bro?
going on? How you feeling?
Go Birds. I'm feeling good, bro. Like, this team, the Lions was the team that we all knew was going to be that team that was going to give us a challenge.
Yes.
Now that we know that they out the equation,
Yes.
it's just going to make this a whole lot easier. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
It's going to make the situation a lot easier. Yeah.
I'm looking at it and I'm just like, man, going into it, I said, I think the Commanders can do it. But nah, man, the Detroit Lions, they just got too much. And I'm sitting there watching the game and I'm like, yo, the Commanders are going to freaking do it, bro. And I'm sitting there and I don't know if you could feel this as an Eagles fan, but it's like we're sitting there and we're just like, bro, did that just happened. It's almost it's weird, but it's almost like I felt
Yeah.
DJ Gardner Johnson like, oh yeah. I felt AJ Brown saying,
Mhm.
what? The Rams and the Commanders? Come on now. I felt like
Exactly.
I could feel Jalen Hurts sitting there saying, it's go time.
Oh yeah. This only boosted everything just because we know how we know how it ended. All Eagles fans know how that Commander game ended. We
Yeah.
all know how it ended. Ain't nothing to really talk about. We gonna chop it up and keep moving. But I will say this.
Yeah.
I think this could also be the reason why they need to really think about interviewing these coaches after the season's over. Because you got Ben Johnson and you got the defensive coordinator. They all went through interviews this whole week. And as much as people say that's not a distraction, we are human, bro. Like, everybody knows during the interview, you prepare for it. So I think it's a little bit of that. Maybe a little bit that's a team that runs off momentum. Maybe that week off was something they didn't need. You feel me? So I think it was just so many things that came to play with all this.
Yeah.
To where it needed to happen. That's just my input on it.
Interesting, man. And quite frankly, Warren, we know, bro, they let their guard down. You can't.
Yeah. That's facts.
Not with a team that, come on, man. Like I said earlier, the Commanders could have easily went 9-7, and we would have said, "Oh wow, Jaden Daniels, he is the future quarterback of the franchise." Yeah, they made improvement and great. They would have been A-OK. And I'm sitting here telling you, bro, my guy, he called me, huge Commanders fan. Hey man, we going to NFC, and I'm just like, bro, like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Like, I think it's set up for us now. It is pretty crazy because in 1991, that was when the Commanders won the Super Bowl. 1991 is when the last time the Eagles had the number one defense too. So it's like. So it's destined to happen. So I'm ready for this, bro. They like nobody. This is the thing. They underestimate our defense this whole season, and now we about to show what we can actually do. That's what I'm excited for.
Let me ask you a question. Nakobe Dean going down. Two questions for you. Nakobe Dean going down. Do you like Owen Burks right there, or would you go Trotter? Or are you saying we got Vic Fangio, he can figure it out? How do you feel about that linebacker spot?
I think putting Owen Burks in there would be good, but we kind of want to see what Trot can do.
Right.
And Trot is he's a little bit like Jalen when it comes to he's gonna listen to what the coach says. And then you got your pops in your other ear right there telling you everything.
Right.
Kind of like what you were saying.
Right.
So like you got pops right there talking to you. So I think he's gonna play a little bit smarter. But Owen Burks has been in these situations before. So me personally, I would start Owen Burks first and see how he plays. If he's not playing up to my standard, I'm definitely gonna put Trotter back in there.
Yeah. Okay. Miles says, "Stop it, Pablo. I know you from the area, but we got to talk about these Rams. I think we have a faster secondary, and they could run with their wide receivers all day. Got to have a good line and good line play on both sides of the ball, right? Now here's what I'll say. I got to be honest with you guys. This is what I saw against the Rams the last game, right? Cooper DeJean got cooked. There ain't no other way, right? Like for me, one of the keys on defense is who is going to have the better Cooper for the day. Is it going to be the Philadelphia Eagles with Cooper DeJean, or is it going to be the Los Angeles Rams with Cooper Kupp? And I'm telling you, the way Cooper Kupp is able to get in out of his brace and use that finesse, and I mean, Cooper DeJean, that was the only game this year where he looked like a rookie, right? So
and that Adam Thielen game with the Panthers too.
Exactly.
And that game.
Exactly.
I think Cooper DeJean gonna do fine. I think their biggest threat is Puka Nacua, and that third string wide receiver that they have too. But I think with the way the weather conditions gonna be, it's gonna be a straight run game.
Right.
Like with those weather conditions, it's gonna be crazy. So I personally think that Cooper Cup might get maybe 2 receptions in, but he's not gonna be a game changer.
Okay. Okay. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
maybe I'm overthinking it, man. But I looked at the tape and I was like, ugh,
yeah.
So,
He did get cooked, but how many games did he play? He played what, like 4 games before that? So he's gonna
right.
make those little rookie mistakes. But the
Facts.
thing is, they learning from him. It's not
Facts.
like they keep making the same mistake over and over. They
Facts. Facts.
learning from him. I and I hate to say it too, but Coop has played in the snow before, so like he's used to this. So Coop can play under those weather conditions. So I think he definitely can do it. Um, I just think right now is just our defensive line, how they go up against the Rams right now. I think that's the biggest thing. How they perform under the Rams.
Got you. All right, Chris. Man, I got you in here, Chris. Talk to me now. Talk to me,
Good,
Chris.
man. Listen, man. It's 6 a.m. I'm over here in Florence in the lobby watching this game
Yeah.
because we locked in, bro. We this close.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
this close, man. So I'm look. I'm trying not to get put out of this lobby, man. But they just gotta handle their business, man. You telling me the NFC going
that's
through
it.
Philly,
Hmm.
That's it.
and you telling me it's the Rams and the 6 seed Commanders?
Hmm.
Man, what are we talking about, man? What are we talking
It's
about, bro?
it's
Yeah.
going. It almost looks too easy. It almost looks too easy.
Yeah.
And both teams can't stop the run?
Yeah,
What are we doing, man? Like, I'm not saying we guaranteed, but I'm just like, it has never been put on a platter
Yeah.
for
yeah.
us like this all my life. I'm like, yeah, yo, if you don't take advantage of this,
Yeah.
it's going to be crazy work, man.
So
That's facts.
Like,
let me ask y'all a question. All right. You saw what the Commanders did to the Detroit Lions. You look at Dan Quinn. He was a head coach before, but he did horrible with the Atlanta Falcons, and he kind of got a second chance. And so you see
Mm,
what he did with that young franchise quarterback. They have some pieces, Scary Terry, but they don't have an AJ Brown. They don't have a Devontae Smith, nor do they have a 2,000-yard running back. Obviously, they have a solid defense. If Nick Sirianni, and I believe the Eagles will get it done, but I just want to just see
mm,
where y'all are thinking. Warren, you could go first. If
mm.
Nick Sirianni doesn't get the job done tomorrow, is that an automatic pink slip? Is that an automatic termination? When you saw when you measure it, obviously we got to measure it to get something. When you look at what Dan Quinn was able to do with the Washington Commanders his first year with the rookie quarterback.
I hate to say it, I'm not a big Nick Sirianni fan,
Mm-hmm.
but I would definitely say he will not lose his job, and his job wouldn't be at jeopardy. It wouldn't,
Okay.
just because how far they've gone.
Mhm.
That's the only reason.
Okay. I already know where Chris gonna go. That's why I want him to go last. He
Yeah.
love him some Nick, boy. Chris, what you thinking, Chris?
I'm so glad Warren said that because I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, please don't say we got to fire the winningest coach in history because we lost. Like,
Yeah.
upsets
Yeah.
happen every day. It will hurt for real, but
Mm-hmm.
as long as the players play for him, we got to keep him. It's just as simple as that. Like, we fired Doug because the players gave up on him.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's clearly something we're not seeing that Nick Sirianni is doing. Like he's galvanizing the team
Right.
and he's motivating them. I was telling some people earlier the way this Eagles team is, it's not just based on one player.
Yeah.
It's everybody playing together.
Yeah.
And it's like if one person doesn't do their job, it messes up the whole thing. Of course that's football, but
Yeah.
they're more team oriented about it to where they perform as one.
Yeah.
And that's what separates us from everybody else. Everybody talking about Jared Goff. It was Jared Goff and Gibbs that had to run this game. Nobody else. Then Sam Darnold, we saw what he did. Everybody was talking about him. So it's like everybody has to work together, and that's what separates us.
Yeah, man. Now it's really hit me now. Like, wow, bro, we beat the Rams tomorrow. All we got to do is beat the freaking Washington Commanders, right? I don't call them Commanders no more. You can go down to Detroit, right? You can punch the Detroit Lions in the mouth. I mean, they was
Yeah,
50, 45, 50 on people head and then get to the playoffs and do that. But I mean, that's not anything easy to accomplish and do. So,
that's true.
yeah, I'm not sleeping on them. Trust me, I'm not. But man, I'm telling you guys, I remember when I went to the 49ers NFC Championship game and just the feeling.
In
Um,
22,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Hmm.
was there.
Yeah, I was
I was
there.
there.
Just the confetti dropping and Jalen Hurts, singing the fight song and just sitting at Darius Slay was running around the entire stadium with the flag, and I'm just like, it's just beautiful, man. It's just like at first it was like, man, can the Eagles get to the Super Bowl this year? But that loss, it almost like it literally like it's like the Super Bowl, like it literally just came to our face like that. It's like literally sitting there. It's like,
Hmm.
bro, you really haven't changed. Like somebody brought the moon. What was it? Bruce Almighty when he was on the bridge or whatever with the girl,
Mhm.
and he brought the moon closer, and he
Yeah.
he doing all that. I'm like, God damn,
Hmm.
God, like this is
I
this
feel
is
that. Yeah.
it's really happening, bro, and it's so beautiful. And I said to myself last week, I said, you know what? One thing Eagles fans, I feel like we gotta do a better job is because we have such a high standard, not only for ourselves, but this football team, we tend to not enjoy the moment. Right. Sometimes we don't
Facts.
enjoy these wins and like we're 14-3. Like, nobody's really celebrating. So man, I feel good about where we are. Before I let y'all go, Chris, we start with you. Give me your keys to victory for tomorrow. Chris he is Howie Roseman. He's calling the shots. What are you telling Nick Sirianni to make sure what are you telling Nick to get done to make sure that the Eagles win this game tomorrow against the Rams?
Stick to the script. Don't get in the way. Don't be ultra aggressive. Take if you got an opportunity to take easy points, take your points. You
Hmm.
know, don't be ultra. Don't be Dan Campbell and be ultra aggressive in situations that it don't warrant.
Yeah.
Obviously, run the ball. But I do think the difference between this time we play in the Rams and the first time is they're going to do everything they can to not let Saquon hit his head on the goalpost. They're going to
Yeah.
do that. So like Jalen's going to have to make. There's going to be probably 3 or 4 key throws on third down, or maybe getting it with his legs that he's going to have to make, and he's going to have to do that. And Smitty and AJ gonna have to catch the ball. It ain't gonna be a lot, but it's gonna be some plays where it's like we need this, we need this.
Yeah.
Got
So stick to the plan.
Nice facts.
got you.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of right there with you. Just stick to the plan. Do what you've been doing. Um, they are gonna try to stop Saquon, but I just feel like this O line is just so much more dominant than the Rams defensive line
Yeah.
because they are
Yeah.
rookies. Um, I just feel like let Saquon run the ball, but let Jalen run too. Let Jalen run too.
Mhm.
Don't let Jalen get loose a little bit because we're gonna need him to get loose
Yeah.
against this Commanders game, and we don't want him to not hesitate or anything like that since he got the concussion with them. We don't need no hesitation. Let him run.
Yeah.
So that's what I see it as.
Yeah. I agree, man. And the only thing I'll say is um, you know, Nick Sirianni, just keep your composure, right? Because this team is going to follow you. They're going to follow your energy. He's there may be some key moments in this game, maybe a challenge play, maybe something that's going to happen that's going to force Nick Sirianni to say, "Hey, this is my moment, and I'm here." There's going to be a play. Something's mark my
Mm,
words. There's something's it happens every single playoffs because you don't just coach the players and you put them on the football field and that's it, and then you could just sit on the sideline and look at your playbook. It doesn't happen that way. Nick
sure.
Sirianni has to be 1,000% engaged in everything. And so tomorrow, I'm going into this game and I'm telling myself, all right, All right, Pablo, you did this all season, the first 17 games. We're not going into this game wanting Nick Sirianni to just stand to the side and just not getting away. I'm saying, Nick Sirianni, show the world who you are. Show the world who you are. Show this franchise who you are. Show this team who you are. You know what I mean? And if he does that and this team follows him, man, it's gonna be crazy. And I'll say this, bro, to wrap it up. Like Jared Verse, what a clown. Right? Like what a clown to put
He
your
made a rookie move.
yeah, exactly. Right? When you a true rookie move, that's like, come on, bro. You don't say nothing like that. You're putting your team at a disadvantage. You come out there, you keep it classy, right? Eagles, hell of a defense, number one rated defense, great defense in all of football. That's that talk that we want to hear. Not you hate us. You hate us. Stand by. You might have a Gatorade bottle hit you in the head when you're coming out of the tunnel, right? So for me, I think that was foolish of him to say. But one thing you cannot do is give the Eagles fan more momentum, and he did that. And I'm telling you guys,
How you hate the Eagles at a home game? You complaining about a home game. Now you come in to the link. It's gonna be way
Yeah,
worse. Like what you like? You hate us because they was badgering you at in LA?
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
What are we talking? Like okay,
He's-
okay.
Yeah, here's a question from Dirty South 273, fellas. You guys can answer if you want. Because I thought this during this Detroit game, I'm gonna be quite honest, especially after that Jared Goff hit. Says, do you think Louvu is a dirty player? He better not try to hurt Hurts for a third time if and when we win tomorrow.
I wouldn't have said that was a dirty hit if I wouldn't have watched that Chiefs game. Um,
Yeah,
that Chiefs hit, they pulled on Patrick Mahomes and they didn't even hit him, and they called that on him, but they couldn't call this. I think
Yeah,
that was a little off. I don't think he's a dirty player. I think he plays with intensity, and we just gotta contain it. Honestly, like that's the way I look at it. And Jared Goff he's kind of an open target if you really think about it. He's not like Jalen. Jalen's going to move out the way, or Jalen's going to at least try to hit you back.
got you,
So
got you. What about you, Chris?
no, I don't think he's a dirty player. I think that if we say he's a dirty player, they can come back and say that CJ is a dirty player, and I don't think he is. He just played with his heart on his sleeve. If they just call the games correct, like and legislate those late hits, they
Yeah,
wouldn't be there, because if they hit Mahomes in that same way where you slide and there's three guys jumping on them, they calling it. So
got
if they call that
yeah,
play and let it be known early that we're not doing that, Lubu or anybody or Wagner or anybody won't do that. So,
got you.
but
I will
also
say
this is a
this though, it
division
will be
rivalry
something to
game.
be looked at. It will be something the refs
Yeah.
will look at next game.
Yeah,
So he got to watch out with what he does. So
It's a rivalry game too now. Like this is the new. It's official. If we beat
yeah,
the Rams, this is the new Dallas
mm,
Philly. This is
yeah,
the new era. So like this
yeah,
is it's gonna be us and them for probably 3 4 more years for real. So like we
yeah,
everybody need to just understand that, and it's gonna be a fight every time.
yeah. It
that's
is.
facts.
I think the only thing that can slow. I like Bobby Wagner in the Louisville matchup, but Bobby, I mean, he 34, 35, so he ain't got too much longer, right? But
Mm,
I think if they draft well, man, the Commanders they're gonna be around for a pretty long time. But yeah, definitely, Chris, you're right. I definitely think especially what the Cowboys did this season, the tides have turned. So this is now
yeah,
Philly Commanders, division, and the Cowboys and Giants can kind of twiddle their fingers. So yeah, man, I think I'm excited, man. I'm excited about this game. I just there's like a spirit of like just being mentally focused right now over Philly. You know what I mean? Just like no nonsense, man. Like just come in the locker room, just be quiet, man. We know what we got to do. You know what I mean? Like it's
hmm
no talking, bro. And I'm telling you, I'm going to be heartbroken if the Eagles don't get it done, because it's set up for us to get it done, and we have the team to get it done. The Los Angeles Rams shouldn't even be in the playoffs. They started this season like garbage. You know what I mean? So I wasn't
Facts.
keeping up with them. You know, they are where they are, so I can't take that from them. But they don't belong. The Eagles belong here. You know what I mean? Like they
Hmm.
belong here, man. Like so, you know, this is when you talk about Super Bowl window, it don't get paused. It don't get no bigger than this. I mean, this is you. I mean, we didn't have to go through the 49ers. You didn't have to go through the Lions. You didn't have to go through the Packers. You didn't have to go through teams like the Vikings who can sneak up on you. You got somebody that you know, right? That the Commanders that you've already beaten, right? The Rams whom you've already beaten, right?
At
So
home.
at home, right?
Yeah,
At home, right?
that's the thing. Yeah.
Thing.
And what's crazy is both, you know, because they say styles make fights. We just saw that with Detroit and Washington. Both teams
Hmm.
are like bottom half against the run. Both, especially the Rams. The Rams. The reason why it's such a good matchup is because they essentially got like four defensive ends on the D line. They can rush the passer well, but like
Yeah.
they small. They got like a bunch of Nolan Smiths, so it's like
Mm,
Basically, yeah.
our O line be dominating them. Our O line be just that's why Saquon be hitting his head because
right.
like they be
Yeah.
pushing them 5 yards back. It's a bad
And they in
matchup
the snow
for
too.
them.
Yeah, and they in the snow, so they're not
Yeah.
even gonna have that leverage like that.
Yeah.
So
My only concern, and it's always going to be a concern, is that you know that feeling we got right now that the players
mhm.
reciprocate that and they like, dude, and they start thinking about watching they get ahead of the moment. Nah, stay right here.
True.
Let the fans do that,
Yeah.
That's
but you
true.
stay right here. Like, don't worry about that because that would be my only issue is if they blow it thinking ahead. You know,
And
Yeah.
I think that's what makes Nick good too, because like Nick is gonna be that one to
absolutely.
make sure they just focus on that one game. So that's a good point.
Shout out to you, man, because Warren been trying to get Nick up out of here for like a month. Pablo, my bad. Pablo been trying to get Nick out of here since the win streak, man. So appreciate you, Warren, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
My only concern with Nick Sirianni is
Yeah.
he was supposed to be here to be a offensive coordinator, and we
Yeah,
we keep going through it like it just keeps circling around, and I feel like we're with us keeping him, it's hurting us with Jalen at the end of the day
Yeah.
because Jalen doesn't have an offensive coordinator
yeah.
or head coach with that mindset to motivate Jalen. That's my only reason for it. Like, if we get, you know how like the reason why the Georgia Dogs are good with Vic Fangio because that's the coaching style that they used to. That's what he makes them better.
Right.
Jalen doesn't have that on his end, on his side of the ball. So I feel like once we get that on his side of the ball, it would help. But I think Nick understands that, so that's why he's bringing in different types of offensive coordinators to help with that. But if they keep getting all these interviews, bro, we just gonna keep going in rotation.
Yeah. And so, Chris, that is why I have this little tiff with Nick Sirianni, because I don't know about you, bro. We all, you know, whenever you come on the show, we always joke about working extra hours at the plant and getting OT. It's like I'm saying, if you look at Nick Sirianni from a business perspective, like an employee, if I hire you to do one main thing and you're not doing that, why are you here? That's how I
That's
look at it.
facts.
And so when I'm saying, like Warren said, he just said it. Nick Sirianni, we cannot forget, he was brought here to take this offense to another level. Nick Sirianni 2-3 years ago was Ben Johnson, or the Eagles thought that was his potential, right? He gets here, he hires his staff, great job. They make you look good because of the success that you guys had. They disperse, they get raises, they get promotions. Now you have to step up and let's see what you can do. Wasn't able to do anything. That's why when AJ Brown made that comment early on in the season about the passing game, Nick Sirianni could never chime in because do you think that
Yeah.
AJ Brown is going to respect Nick Sirianni opinion when the Philadelphia Eagles literally told him to stay on the sideline and don't touch the offense? Right. So for me, I feel like we have created a space for Nick not to be great. And I don't understand why as Eagles fans we're accepting that. Damn if he's getting a response from the players. I can get Deuce Staley in here. They're gonna respond to Deuce. I guarantee you if you have Jeff Stoutland as the interim head coach, they're gonna respond to Stout to be I just don't want to make it seem like because players are responding to Nick that's some kind of trophy. Like, nah, bro, you're not doing your job. We paid you to be the offensive coordinator. You're not getting it done. So when the Eagles do their evaluation of an employee or of a player of a coach, do we just skip? Is it okay? All right, we're saying it's okay that we skip over. Has this coach shown the ability to properly lead this team from an offensive standpoint? Are we just moving over that box? Are we not caring about that box? That, to me, and
I
so
think, yeah, no, you got a point. I like that. And it kind of answers that question, too, to where we want to know, is it Nick or is it Jalen? We want to know, is it Nick or is it Jalen the issue? And then those same things that everybody doubts about Jalen Hurts just cares about winning. So it's like, can we really go out on Nick on that because he is winning us games. He has taken us to the playoffs each time. Not too many head coaches are doing that, but if they can get somebody that's an offensive mindset, like how Vic Fangio is, and Vic Fangio is not going anywhere,
no,
I think we'll be in a better spot.
yeah,
Like Vic Fangio, they asked him if he's doing any interviews, and Vic Fangio said, "I'm not going anywhere." He's like, I'm ending everything here." So if we can get an OC like that, I think we'd be in a better spot. I low key think they should have just kept Byron Johnson for another year. At least you built the chemistry up.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at the TV and I'm looking next to the head coach. I'm just looking at Brian Johnson. I'm like,
Yeah.
Hey man, this I gotta defend my man Nick, man. Hold on. So yeah, in a perfect world, you do want a play calling head coach. Like I'm
Yep.
not defending that. Like I would prefer that. That's what we brought Nick here to do.
yeah,
But like we never not made the playoffs. We potentially can be in another NFC championship and we winning games. So like as an Eagles fan, just like we just said, somebody
yeah,
mentioned it, being in the moment. When is that not enough? Like when is winning not been enough? Like
mm-hmm,
Nick, just like Jalen, are both winners. It's
mm-hmm,
not how we initially intended it to be, but it's still getting there to the finish line. And when is that not enough? And I would say this:
mm-hmm.
every team that's in the playoffs right now is gonna, except for the Chiefs, is gonna lose a coordinator.
Okay,
Cliff is interviewing for Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Kellen's interviewing. Um, the Ravens OC is interviewing. So like that's just the result of being a good team. You're gonna lose people. You're gonna lose coordinators. That's just a recipe of being a good team. And then the last
Yeah.
thing I'll say is, I don't know about y'all, but I work in corporate.
right,
And if I'm the CEO, right, if I'm Jeffrey Lurie and I hired Nick Sirianni to be like a motivational speaker, and then I find out that he can't speak, he's not good at it, but he's really good at analytics and data. As a good CEO, it's my job to understand that he still has value to us versus me firing him for not being good at speaking, if that makes sense.
mm-hmm. I'm
So
trying.
my point to Nick is like he still has tremendous value to what we do, even though he's not fulfilling what we initially hired him to do.
Okay,
Because with the Eagles, the difference between our Eagles team and everybody else's team is we got a lot of personalities that you got to keep going. Like if Smitty don't get the ball, if AJ don't get the ball, and it's Saquon, like you got to keep people engaged in the game and in the forward motion of the team, and that's where Nick come in. And I think that's probably more important than him being a play calling head coach.
Okay, and I respect
That's
that.
a good point.
Yeah, I respect that take, and that's a great point, and I see it from your perspective. Um, I see it from your perspective. My thing is not to beat a horse. I just think like the Eagles have a 2,000-yard rusher, right? Like we have the talent.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna say anybody, but I'm gonna say 85% of coaches right now can take over this team and win just because we're that talented, right? And I'm just saying, if Nick Sirianni couldn't coach tomorrow, the Eagles don't skip a beat. They might play better. And I think that's something that has to be looked at. I'm not saying maybe he needs to be fired, but it's like, okay, he's not a great he's not a motivational speaker. You brought him in to do that. He can't speak. But then now I'm looking at it like, okay, you can't do offensive play calling either. It's adding up. It's stacking up. Now you're attacking our players. It's stacking up. Now you're going at our fans. Come on, brother. It's like it's you that employee. You know what I mean? We're getting too many complaints. That's the thing. Is like I'm getting too many emails about this dude. This dude can't call on this date, this time. Nick Sirianni on Sunday at the link was not able to fulfill his head coaching duties because of his lack of offensive play calling. Okay, on this date and time, Nick Sirianni got into it. He had to be stopped by his defensive coordinator, Clint Hunt, from rushing his best defensive player, arguing on the sideline. On this date and time, Nick Sirianni was caught and had to apologize to the city of Philadelphia because he got into it right after the game against one of the worst teams in NFL with a Philadelphia Eagles season ticket holder. Brother, you got to come in here and talk to HR. We just can't keep having it, bro.
Now it would be we have to look at it like this too. That's the media pushing that narrative. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of that stuff happens on the sidelines, and we just
Yeah.
don't see it. So I will say a little bit of that stuff is the media pushing that. Like the whole book thing, like that book thing was kind of crazy when we first saw it, but when we heard the backstory behind it, we were like, okay, that makes sense. But if we saw Travis Kelce reading a book on the sidelines and they down by a few points, they gonna make sure they don't show that because it puts a bad narrative out there for the Chiefs. I think because we are the Eagles and they like to find holes, chinks in our armor. That's what they like to do. That's all, bro. That's all they've been doing this whole season. Just trying to
Travis
find
Kelce
chinks in the
pushed Andy
armor.
Reid in the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. He shoved him. If he
Mm-hmm.
put hands on the coach, and that was like nobody talked about that because they won. If that happened
Exactly.
to us, if AJ would put hands on Nick, it would be crazy. It would be war in the streets.
Well,
Yeah.
to play devil's advocate, he did get on NFL Sunday Ticket and he apologized about that. He apologized, and it was kind of like, you got to understand, Andy Reid is like a father figure to so many NFL players. So we understood, like, number one, you're not going to just disrespect Andy Reid. And I get both of y'all point, and it's valid. You're not just going to disrespect Andy Reid. Look at everything he's gone through with his own son, right? So that's why Travis Kelce even felt the jolt to even do something like that, because he know, like, that's pops for real. Like, if Andy Reid wanted to drop that hammer on Travis, man, it wouldn't have been. I don't think it was like Travis was in the moment. You got the Super Bowl on, or I don't know if it was a Super Bowl game or trying to NFC, whatever game it was, but it was a huge game for the Chiefs to get there, right? So I digress by saying this. I'm not saying that Nick. I love, like, the transition from Doug Peterson to Nick Sirianni was needed, because I think Doug he just lost a little bit of touch, right? So if you're Nick Sirianni, the one thing that I love that he did is something that I do: just be yourself. Like, he just was Nick Sirianni.
That's
Good,
true.
the bad, the right and the wrong, right? He's him. But I guess what I'm saying, Chris, and Warren is at the end of the day, just like you guys hold this channel to a certain standard to improve every year, just like we as Eagles fans hold that team to a certain standard to improve, I need Nick Sirianni to improve. And I'm saying that sometimes I think we really can't see if he improved because of the roster. Bro, we have
That's true.
crazy
Yeah.
roster. I'm saying, how can you really
Nah.
say he's improved if you got a 2,000-yard running back? If you got Jalen Hurts that knows how to win? If you got A.J. Brown, 100 million? I'm just saying the moments where he could shine as a head coach, where you don't have to yell at Jalen Carter, where you don't have to fight through your defensive line coach to get to Jalen Carter. The moments where, and it's, the problem is we have so much talent to where he doesn't understand. He needs to know when it's his moment, right? I don't know, bro. I like Nick. I got a picture with Nick. Hold on, man, because I can't notice because Chris think I just can't stand this
Yeah,
guy.
but my
Nuts.
rebuttal would be, hasn't he improved though? Like,
That's me and
yeah,
Nick.
like
I love him. I don't got no beef with Nick. I love Nick.
I would have.
Niggas,
If I
niggas
was
give me.
there, I'd be like, Nick, don't take a picture with Pablo,
Come
man.
on, man. Nick got on the bus. He about to get on the
That's
bus. I
fine.
say, Nick, man, go ahead, take a pic with me. He come over. Hey, bro, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I love Nick. I just like, bro, because I understand. Chris, here it is. If you want the truth, here it is. I understand Jalen Hurts' time in Philadelphia is limited. This roster is limited. We ain't gonna have this, bruh. This is a you do it now
Yeah.
or it's never gonna happen. That's why I'm holding Nick at a high standard because I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
you gotta get it done. Howie
facts.
Roseman is throwing him the oops. What are we talking about here?
And if we win this year,
I'll
everything
be
you
the
talked about with
first
the
person to
HR
say Nick
won't
Sirianni
matter.
deserves a contract, a new contract.
There.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, you got to win. Like at the end of the day, you got to win because it's like this. Like we talked about the CEO scenario. If I hire you and I'm like, look, I need you. We made 8 million last year. I need you to make 10 million. I don't really care how you do it. You can get all the complaints. You can people not like you, but at the end of the year, if I look at the books and it's 10.1 million, sign them because we went on a historic collapse last year. This team was
Yeah.
broken. To come back and to win 14 games, isn't
Yeah.
that doing better? Like, isn't that better? Like, that's improvement. We
And to
got
be
right.
this far,
We got
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. We got right back to where we was in 22. To me, that's not a
Hmm.
mistake.
Wait,
That's we.
when you add Barkley, it'll help. It helps. Like, come on.
Oh,
Like, if
facts.
you add Barkley, it helps. Like,
No, no,
I do
no. I mean,
think since we do have a good offensive line, I don't think Barkley would have gotten his 2,000 just anywhere though.
we could
Like
have added Derrick
our
Henry. He would
offensive,
have got
yeah,
2,000.
yeah.
I'm
We
gonna
could have
I
say
added
this.
think
Derrick Henry. We got two.
if you took Barkley and you took him to the Vikings, he wouldn't have got 2,000.
No, absolutely. That's a great point. But I'll say this: if Kenny Gainwell was your starting running back, he ain't getting 1,500 yards, even with that great offensive line.
Derrick
Hell
Henry
no,
would have got
it's just
2,000.
Yeah, I think
Derrick
so.
Henry
yeah.
got 19 behind in
Josh Jacobs
Baltimore.
would
You
have,
would have.
yep.
Yeah, they would have got. It
It's
ain't
certain
like.
players. It's
Yeah.
certain players. So I mean, y'all right. I mean, y'all 1,000% right. I just, I'm a little bit anal. Like my man right here, I love this from Philly 16. He says the standard is the standard. He says good enough is not enough. That's what I'm saying, Nick. You're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's
I believe that.
good, but it ain't enough.
Mm.
Because I'm telling you, if Nick Sirianni was coaching on the same level as Dan Quinn, nobody beats Philadelphia, bro. It's not happening. It's not
But bro,
happening.
we came
I would
two
add to
drop
that though.
passes away from
Mm-hmm.
being
Yeah,
15-1,
like
16-1.
that is true. But think about it like this: these other teams that we played
Uh-huh.
haven't earned to get our best yet. If you
O-
really think about it,
Okay.
they haven't
True.
earned it because nobody's playing us like that. We're running the ball on you, bro, and that's not even Kellen Moore doing that. That's Jeff Stoutland running the run plays. Like he's in charge of that. So like they not really no team has really gave us a reason to change up what we're doing.
Gotcha.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You,
that's what
you
Jalen
you two drop passes away from nearly being perfect, except for the Bucks game where we really got. beat the brakes off of. Every other game, 2 drop passes away. Like we are literally talking about it's a remember the Titans situation
Yeah.
where they would like lose a game and you fight. Like we're judging Nick to be 16-1 basically, and it's like even Andy Reid not even on that level. It's like we gotta like come on, man.
I
Whatever is
yeah,
going on is working,
I give you that. I give
so
you that.
it's
Who
working.
would your coach be, Pablo?
Um,
What coach would you think would be a good coach for the Eagles right now, this roster?
right now, because I
Yeah.
know that Jalen Hurts and this coach that I'm going to name, former Eagle, has a great relationship. After we played the Browns, the first person that Jalen Hurts ran up to was this coach, and that is Deuce Staley. I think Deuce Staley to me is like he's Dan Campbell 2.0, right? Like when you think about the Detroit Lions, you see Dan Campbell, like the grit, the toughness. It's the reason why they went 15-1. I think Deuce Staley, if he came in with this would be my all-star roster for the Philadelphia Eagles, right? Coaching staff. I go, and I'm saying if I hire you guys, now I'm Howie. If I hire you, I got Jalen Hurts at 26 years old. You got to stay with him for at least 4 years, right? So 4 years, it's a 4-year contract in blood, right? If you're not staying 4 years, we're not taking the interview, right? I'm going Lincoln Riley as my offensive coordinator. I'm going Deuce Staley as my head coach. I'm going Vic Fangio as my defensive coordinator because I know Deuce Staley, he's going to always commit to that run. But then I got Lincoln Riley, who's able to get Jalen Hurts in these systems that work best for him and is going to allow him to be efficient. So now you got like just sharp, right? Just iron sharpen iron type of deal. So for me, because I look at D'Amico Ryans, I think the Philadelphia Eagles have so many players that have come through our system that were worthy to be a head coaching candidate. D'Amico Ryans, right? They lost against the Kansas City Chiefs today. Came to Philadelphia, linebacker, came through our program. Why not give him an opportunity, right? Guys like Aaron Glenn from the Detroit Lions, who also coached with Deuce Staley. Guys like that, man, that Jalen, you got to bring in somebody, and this is why I'm so hard on Nick Sirianni too, because I know, and deep down in your heart, Chris, you know too, that Jalen Hurts does not respect Nick Sirianni from a systematic perspective, from an X's and O's perspective. And when you have that, you're really putting too much on your quarterback. Your quarterback wants to come in and be challenged. So now you're asking Jalen Hurts to challenge himself. He literally said it, bro. He said, now Jalen Hurts is to a point, I can't get enough from Nick Sirianni. Kellen Moore, he's okay, but it's really not a rhythm. So what can I focus on right now? Winning. That's it. That's all I can do is win the ball game, right? Like if you had an offensive coordinator that you trust, I guarantee you Jalen Hurts would be saying, nah, man, let's throw it 35, 40 times a game. Let's air it out. Saquon going to get his, but I need to get mine too. But because he understands, Jalen Hurts knows that he is limited from a systematic perspective, so all he can do is try to be efficient. That's all he can worry about right now. So for me, I just think, for me, I would have to go with Deuce. I'll go with Deuce because Deuce, he represents, he embodies who we are. Nick Sirianni, the sideline antics, it's cool, it's cute, but it's not Philly. Nick Sirianni is not Philadelphia. That's just me. He never has been, and to me, he never will be. Chris, I just don't like him, Chris.
I know, but here's the thing. Like, there's not a world
Yeah.
where somebody as innovative as Lincoln Riley would come in and stay here for 4 years. He gonna come in like everybody else, get a head coaching job and leave. They're too ambitious. Nobody as
Mhm.
young like him, as innovative as he is, wants to be a OC.
Yeah. That's
They don't.
hypothetical,
They
though. That's
want.
hypothetical. That's
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
all-star.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
hypothetical.
Okay.
So like
Yeah.
we would have to. The problem is we need to find a coordinator that is content with being an OC that's
Facts.
Exactly.
innovative.
Facts.
That
Facts.
just like we did with Vic, because like we said, Cliff Kingsbury is going to leave, and Jaden may not be the same. The Lions going to lose both coordinators next year. They may not be the same. They
Mm.
losing Glenn and they losing Ben Johnson. So it's like We need to find that Vic Fangio who's cool with being because that's all the Chiefs got. They got everybody in place.
Mm.
Everybody's cool with their job. That's why the Patriots was so great. Everybody was in place,
Yeah,
and
you're right.
they was cool with they didn't want to get promoted. So it's like when you chase the young Sean McVay type, they don't want to be
Mm,
OCs. They want to use us just like running backs. They used to use us, run for 1,200 yards and go get a contract like
Yeah.
Swift or Sanders.
mm.
Same thing. They come in, use us, have a good year. Now they hot and they leave. So I think that's hard to find somebody that's young and innovative. That's like, I just want to be a coordinator for Jalen. I don't think there's nobody out there that would do that for real.
Here you go.
Yeah, and the offensive coordinator is kind of a younger dude's lead on a younger dude's side rather than defense. So I see what you're saying.
Here, here,
I
here, here you go, Chris. You got to answer that one because Nick Sirianni. I was at that game. You was at that great game,
I
Chris.
was at the Falcons game. Yeah. Now that was on Nick. The Falcons game, we lost because
mhm.
of Nick. So I'm not taking away that. I was about to come
Okay.
out the stands. I was
Okay.
actually sitting right behind. I was about to come out the stands. So yeah. But the other two games, we actually lost. The only game we lost this year that we got waxed was Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Atlanta game and the Washington game, we
So,
two drop passes away from being damn near undefeated.
but see,
And we trying to fire
exactly.
the coach.
that's what I'm saying, Chris. Where's the improvement? You lost to the Buccaneers when Jalen Hurts was a rookie. You lost to him a second time after the Super Bowl, right? And the Commander saved your life from losing to him again in the playoffs. Where's the improvement? Why
Oh,
does he keep?
that's just Todd Bowles
Okay.
being great
Yeah,
scheming. I mean, because everybody got that team where they're like, we just don't match up well with them. And the Bucks are a lesser team, but Todd Bowles knows with for whatever reason,
he
he
got his number.
knows with
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts don't like. Yeah, I don't know.
And our head coach
It
doesn't
just
have an answer for that.
yeah. I mean, that's just that. But every team got that though. Like every team, it's like no matter what happens, for the most part, when the Ravens play the Steelers, like it's a dog fight.
Right.
And
Right.
it's just
mm,
what it is. That's just the team that's like, look, we know what y'all want to do, and I got a coach that know how to call defense to stop it.
Got you. Okay.
that's
All right.
true.
Yeah,
So let's get into these score predictions before we wrap it up. Chris, we'll start with you. After seeing what the Commanders did to the Detroit Lions, I did not see them putting up 45. That's crazy. When you look
Yeah,
at the Eagles game and you say to yourself, "This is what we need to do to win." What is your score predictions for this game?
I'm gonna say 24-13.
Hmm.
24-13, 24-14. So I don't think it's gonna be too high scoring because of the weather.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be one of those games where we hold on to the ball and just dominate the time of possession for real. And they
Hmm.
don't get a lot of opportunities to come in. Honestly, we average on 13. That our opposing teams are only giving you 13 in the league. So I don't know if the Rams going to give you more than that, in my opinion. So 24-13, 24-14.
Okay. Warren.
mm. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna do 24-17 because I think the Raven. I think the Rams are gonna come in. They're gonna come in hot, but I think our defense is gonna kind of slow them down and is gonna stop them. But I'm going 24-17. Jalen Hurts 1 touchdown.
All right. 24.
Yeah, I see that.
Jalen Hurts 1 touchdown. All right, man. I'm gonna go. Wow, snow. Just it really depends on the weather. If it's snowing crazy, I probably have to go. I'm gonna go 7, 4, 13. I'll probably go 17, 17, 13. I think they'll probably get
Mm.
one on the board. But I think I just trust this defense. This defense hasn't let us down all season. We're the number one defense for a reason. Um, I,
Yep.
I think this is a statement game for us. And I trust us. I trust Vic Fangio. Um, and I think the Eagles are going to win. I think we're going to go to the NFC
Facts.
Championship game. I trust Jalen Hurts in this game. I trust him. The last game when I seen him in a huddle getting the guys hyped up, like it's one thing to show your employee what you want, right? It's another thing to tell them what you want. Like, nah, we need that paper back to us on such and such date. Stat. Like, it is non-negotiable, right? And when Jalen Hurts is operating under that non-negotiable mindset, like we're Jalen Hurts said before the game against the Packers, he said, "We know how this ends." Right? When a man say we know how this ends, that means follow me because I'm gonna show you how to get there. Right? So there's no reason why the Philadelphia Eagles should lose this game tomorrow, especially with the fans. And this is why I love the playoffs, because this is where we really change the trajectory and the dynamics of the game, the tone of the game. Like, we can set the tone. And so for us to have that opportunity to do that, I think maybe the Eagles fans is just going to come in here tomorrow. We was going to bring it. Don't get me wrong. We
Yeah.
was going to bring the juice now. But
We're gonna overwhelm them. We're gonna overwhelm them. That.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think
And remember
It's
that
gonna be
the
too much.
Rams only scored off them PIs, like some real bad PI calls in the first game. They had the ball on the one.
exactly.
It was like, so I forget who was on, but it was two really terrible PI calls, and they just kind of walked it in on the one. So it's like, like to your point, we're just gonna overwhelm them with the crowd, with the weather. They're not used to the weather. They're traveling across the country on a short week. Remember, they played on Monday.
Yeah,
I think they're just gonna get overwhelmed, bro.
yeah, for sure. Ish said that he got Philly winning 27-17, man. Chris, Warren, man, I appreciate you guys joining the show, man. You guys got any shout outs, anything like that? Any last final things, remarks you guys want to say, man? Go ahead.
No, just let's get this W and let's just plan for the Super Bowl. That's my biggest thing. Stay focused.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's it, man. Keep it a game at a time. Only focus on what's in front of you. Don't think about Washington. Don't get too excited. Just think about tomorrow, and just understand that every time the Super Bowl goes through Philly, that's usually a good thing.
Hmm.
So we in a good situation. We ain't even need the one seed to get this. So we kind of got a gift, take advantage.
Got you. Appreciate you, Chris, man. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Before we go, Ish, my man, Ish said I got something to say. What's going on, Ish? I'm gonna let you get in real quick. Pause.
What up, bro?
Ish, what's going on, man? Ish showed me the feet. I know that's right, my man. Ish said, hold on, man. I want to talk about the birds and my dogs. Chris, Ish, talk to me, bro. How you feeling? Ish, you there? I can't hear you, Ish, man. Look, thank you guys so much, man, for jumping on to the show. Ish, there you go, Ish. I can hear you now, bro.
Bro, my bad.
No, you good, Brody. What's going on? Talk to us.
There I go.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, bro.
I appreciate it, man. I just want to say I love your content and everything. I appreciate everything you do, bro.
Damn, man, I appreciate that, man. That warms my heart, man. Thank you for that, man. Look, man, just a everyday Eagles fan, bro. I'm no different than you, bro. I love the Eagles, man.
And the funny thing is, I stay in Michigan, so I'm the only one in my block with the Eagles flag. So
Wow. So you are in Detroit, Michigan right now.
yep.
Wow. Good. Oh my good. Think Eagles is everywhere. We got Toronto. We got 416 from Toronto. We got Ish from Detroit. That's crazy, man. Y'all are blowing.
Yeah, the thing is, my biggest concern, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Keep it 100.
It's not the defense. It's not even the offense. I'm a little skeptical on the special teams, but I'm more worried about Nick Sirianni going on, trying to not taking 3 points instead of going on 4th and 1. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Like compromising the team.
Got you.
If you got the 3 points, take it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because at the same time, you got to understand, if we get through LA, Commander ain't no joke. You see how they play. They got a little momentum going.
Yeah.
where they're like, you know what, bring it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, the only thing I'm concerned about is about Nick. I mean, another thing people are saying that Kellen Moore is going to be distracted. I'm gonna keep it. I don't think he's going to Dallas. Dallas wants Dion.
Yeah. They want Dion.
They want,
Basic.
Dion's gonna say that you want me, I want both of my kids.
Oh yeah. And they can do it because they got the 11th pick. They probably got to trade Dak Prescott to get up there. Oh, they can do it. I don't think Jerry Jones can't take this kind of season and say, "Hey, here's Kellen Moore." No. Number one, he's getting too old for that. He needs something that you could tell he's trying to do whatever he can do before he leaves this earth. Unfortunately, he is
Yeah.
old. So
The other thing I want to say, and I'm gonna let you get with other people. People saying that Jalen needs to air out the football. Look, I was born in Philly, and I ended up moving to Detroit. And my dad went to that game a long time ago when Detroit said that it was going to be over at halftime. I don't know, it was back in like the late '80s or something.
yeah,
The thing about Jalen, people say, "Oh, he doesn't throw the ball out." Jalen doesn't need to throw the ball out. He's smart. What he looks at, okay, we got the ball at the 40-yard line. Dink and die, push, field goal.
yeah.
He cares about getting points. He even said it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want me here? I care about winning,
Yeah.
no matter what. Famous quote by Malcolm X: "By any means necessary." That's
Mhm.
what he's going to do.
Yeah. And
He's smart. He looks at people saying that, oh, he doesn't got the vision of the field. Well, if you got a quarterback that knows he gets the ball on the 40-yard line, first down, 2nd and 4, that's time management to people. But no, he's killing the clock.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, bro. And I think, if the Eagles do what you're saying in today's video tomorrow, I think we as fans, we're going to appreciate it. We're going to, because we understand when it comes to the playoffs, you got to do it a little different, right? You can't, like, the Eagles can't do, tomorrow's going to tell us if we truly got rid of that bad habit that we did in the Falcons game. If Nick Sirianni truly learned from that, right? Because Jalen Hurts says all the time, you don't take losses, you always learn, right? Did Nick learn from that Falcons game? Right now, it is going to be snowing. We do got to factor in Jake Elliott. I don't know how they're going to treat him because he's been up and down, right? So we'll see what he looks like if we're close, if they're going to go for it in 4th and 1. This is why I'm saying Nick Sirianni has to really step. He's going to be very vital for us tomorrow because there's going to be times in this game tomorrow as a head coach where we say, all right, Nick, what we do? We on the 35, right? Do we do the brotherly shove on 4th and 1? Or do we kick it with, Jake Elliott? So he's going to be needed tomorrow, bro. So I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense because you have to play smart football in the playoffs. Like, it's non-negotiable. You can't get out here risking things, throwing stuff up, throwing it in it. We just can't have it, right? Because it's the window to go home is this big. You know what I mean? So especially when if you can get past the Rams, who you got to play to get to the Super Bowl, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's not that hard. Like Chris and Warren said, don't overthink this, man. Like, don't overthink it. Just relax, be calm. You have the roster to get where you need to get to, right? So I'm going to be looking at that Nick Sirianni tomorrow. Be looking at that Kellen Moore. If I'm being honest, bro, I don't really like Kellen Moore. I think when you compare him, I like him, but when you compare him to what Vic Fangio did, like, it's clear what his value is as a coach. It's clear that his coaching principles work. It's clear that his system worked. I am 2 games into the playoffs, and I can't tell you what the rhythm and flow is for the Philadelphia Eagles offense. I get Jalen Hurts has been out. I get A.J. Brown has been nicked up. I get Devontae's been nicked up. I get Dallas Goedert has been nicked up, right? But still, there's no rhythm.
Identity. Yeah, there's no identity.
Right?
Yeah,
And I think we're forcing ourselves to say the identity is Saquon Barkley just because he's just that great. But if Saquon wasn't really doing if we didn't have the best offensive line and Saquon wasn't doing what he was doing, I think Jalen Hurts would be really frustrated, right? And AJ Brown is frustrated. Jalen Hurts is frustrated. So, but we push that all back, right? And we focus on tomorrow. None of that matters. AJ Brown in the sideline book doesn't matter. How I feel about Nick Sirianni, who gives a damn? Doesn't matter, right? All we have is all we need, like we say all the time. We are all we have. Those 53 players in that coaching staff and the fans that paid their hard-earned goddamn dollar to sit in that stands to watch this team play tomorrow. That's all we have.
Yeah, but only last thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you get to other people. Last thing I'm gonna say, if it's 4th and 1 and we're on a 10-yard line, I wouldn't mind going to Tushwood. My thing is, this game with the weather input, you need to time manage this game your best way, the best way possible.
Yeah.
You know, because they're gonna stack the box up. Just example, when Jalen went out, Pickett came in. What did Washington do? Stack the box up because they knew Pickett couldn't run it. My problem with that game plan was, okay, you know they're gonna stack the box up. Why won't you run screens with 2 tight ends in the back and give it to Saquon?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Why don't we run what Andy Reid does in KC that he's doing now?
Yeah.
I don't get it. But like I said, you will know we win the game by tomorrow if we defer.
Okay.
That's how you know. If we defer, that's how you know we won, because we want to show our defense and we want to get to Stafford. You knock him out a couple of times, he's gonna be like, okay, I'm not trying to get hit.
Right.
Look what happened to Golf tonight. Look what happened. He got hit in the mouth, didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Got nervous. You know, and that's all this hype about Detroit being the number 1 seed. Nobody can stop them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, defense wins championship. And this defense, people are forgetting that Vic Fangio came from Jim Johnson's tree.
Yeah.
People don't know that. People don't know that.
And it's crazy because back in Philadelphia,
yeah,
homage to he wants to be the next Jim Johnson. He
yeah,
wants
and
to be the next Jim Johnson.
even a coach at Buffalo, I forgot his name. He came from Andy Reid. Yeah. He came from Jim Johnson defense. So you got to understand, Vic Fangio knows. And the thing is, you give a defensive coordinator that's been there, done that, he's the reason. People don't really. Vic Fangio is the reason Jared Goff got traded to Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize that because he was in Chicago, and McVay was this hot new coach coming out.
Mm-hmm.
He had all his DB. He made a game plan where he rattled Goff.
Mm.
And 2 years later, they traded him to the Lions for an old quarterback, a gunslinger.
Mm.
So what does that tell you?
Right. They knew what they wanted. Yep.
Yep. I mean, I love you. Much respect. Thanks for taking the opportunity, man. Go Eagles, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, bro. Catch you next time. Appreciate you, Brody.
Yep.
Wow, man. What a breakdown by my guy, man. Appreciate you for coming on the show. Listen, man, it's 12 people still in the chat, man. Still in the chat, man. Thank you guys so much, man, for your loyalty and just for your patience. You know what I mean? Just sitting. Hopefully today's video, man, got you a little bit closer to the game. What time is it? It's 1:09. Come on now. The other channels, they not doing this, man. Not till 1 o'clock in the morning. Right? They're gonna sell you some clippers. They're gonna try to shave your nuts. They're trying to sell you stuff. What is this? What's the stuff they be selling? The man shave something they be selling. Man, I ain't trying to sell you nothing, man. I'm just trying to talk Eagle ball, man. This is what Think Eagles is all about. I love that Warren came on and was telling us what he thinks, and Chris came on and gave us his perspective about his beloved head coach, Nick Sirianni. Man, so, man, thank you guys so much. Next time, if you didn't get a chance to join the show today, every single time we do it live, we're going to put it in the chat. Join the show, man. Give us your take. Tell us what you're thinking, man. I'm Pablo Gary. Tomorrow, we will get it done. I'm telling you right now, Jalen Hurts is not letting the Los Angeles Rams leave Philadelphia with the win, man. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, I'm going to catch you on the next one. Fly, Eagles, fly. Peace.
Hey.
Nights like this, I wish I was with ya. On my turf, roll out the Henry Rux. She like when I hit the receiver. Friend hop in, this is a four-seater. Made a yank straight out the wood, I'm Derek Jeter. Major leaguer, no fatigue. We don't get no handout, we don't get no Macarinas. Never gon' throw your back out, tryna work, you need a breather. I need a break.
Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me. Hold on. Won't you get down with me, down with me, down with me? Oh, you down with me, down with me, down with me. Oh, down with me, down with me, down with me. Oh, you down.
Tell me who you talking to. Roll up that Sinatra, fly la mama to the moon. She asked me what's my life path. Told her 55 south to the cash. So many couches I crashed. Shout out South Street and shout classy. I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the fuck up, baby. I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the fuck up, baby. I know you really wanna be my only one, but I didn't need somebody to hold on to the fuck up, baby.
The #1 Eagles fan from Maryland.
Who they waiting on? That's Pablo. Kick it and go. Kick it and go. We the slip on, spin move.